Coach Shin right now, he needs to pull the team together, right? The interview needs to work. We need to fight as a team. They need to do something else and making this draft work once more. Now, into the priority. Will they keep on getting that early? But okay, Nova just set one loose, the Maestranui. Will this be a great team starter? Because as they got that, they got the early and the Dharma. Oh, no.
I don't like that. I don't like it. I mean, Dragon might be surprising us here with the Mai Shiranui. I can't recall him picking this hero, right? So if it's anything like Ray's Mai Shiranui from yesterday, then I'll kind of just quiver in my corner and just kind of like, hey, this wasn't a great pick. Hey, maybe go for the Angela. Obviously not Pro Angela, but at least they get the Zhongfei right. This is kind of like resembling something that may be the stable pick for Impressive. It's able to have that clarity where you're putting that Unbridled Outrage, but we just got to make sure, because we know Impressive in one of his last series, he didn't quite get the best like on-hit Unbridled Outrage, right? But they go for the Orgrin. They've got the Dharma. It's going to be hard for them to come back with this one, I think.
Okay, let's define more of a hard in the lineup of Nova Esports right now. For those of you watching this, yeah, early, you have distance. You have more ways to do an in and out, poke and kite situation once you hit that level 4 and 5 with just one item but not dying. But if Ogren wants a great momentum startup too, they have so much reach in Lady Sun right now. And as of that interview goes, they're really coming for Azar every time they start a fight, and that's how they limit mostly the movement of Boom Esports. But they need to address that sooner, because as they ban out the Mahin, they're really maintaining security for their early too. Banning out the Gun and Mo by Boom Esports, Nova can still take it as well, so they're respecting the fact that more power picks can show up, and also the Liu Bang. They can let go of one great crowd control hero, but not that combo. It's just too deadly.
Too deadly for them, right? They don't want to play against it, and I can't blame them. Nova really wants to kind of run this series down to a 3-0. And you can't really blame them because they're both in the lower brackets, right? They want to seem as strong and have as much hype going into the next part of the lower bracket, so they can kind of like surface back up on top, come back into their former glory, and kind of try and take the crown once more. But what I really like about Nova's draft here is that not only do they have the Shuan, Dharma on Shuan, right? They've got Orgren on CY, the Path of Passing, the Death Precipice, and then obviously the Conductor of Souls, right? So you can go in, you can do a lot of damage, you can use the Conductor of Souls to get a lot more sustain, and they have paired it with the Angela, right? This is going to be a clear instruction and a clear warning sign to Impressive on Zhongfei.
Yeah, and Boom Esports, they really need to figure out a way to get to that back line. Some sort of, I mean, you need some lockdown for that early. You got to deal with this Angela. You got to make sure that, you know, Wendy doesn't pop off like he did in Game 1. He needs to be controlled. It looks like they're going to be going with a Dune and Charlotte's. Definitely tanky and definitely ways to get into it. But again, you're kind of going into the Angela. If he gets the vision and he gets you picked off with that Chaos Cinder and Blazing Brilliance combo, you might have a rough time.
Man, not only that, like the Angela is the ultimate meltdown in frontline hard control defense, such as the Zhongfei. In positioning that the Angela Wendy has been doing from game number 1 is very crucial that team or Boom Esports really needs to address. They can counter with defense, but it may be work at the middle stage of the game and not having the right items. But oh my goodness, the Motsu and the Angela once more. This combo, man. Cannon Blast and Blazing Brilliance. Yeah, this is how we play in our games. No, yeah.
I mean, I almost ripped Cannon Blast instead of Motsu, right? Like, I was about to say Cannon Blast is on the draft, because that is the whole point of this hero. Using that far CC, being able to just push. I mean, we saw yesterday that on the team side of Team Falcons, they built a little bit more of a AP-heavy Motsu, because they were able to kind of do a lot of damage. And we saw towards like the post-game analytics that there was a lot of damage coming from Clue on that hero. But it's just so impressive, especially on the likes of a high frame Mai Shiranui, especially when we don't see Dragon pick up something like this very frequently.
Oh, okay. This might be a new page for Boom Esports that they needed to read, because they need to take this for another comeback. Again, Nova Esports is on match point. And with the lineup they just showed here, how they placed their first and phase second draft, it was just amazing. Now execution will be tested, but the new hero Mungia, you can test it too. It is now available.
It is available, and it's worked very well for TS Sun, right? I mean, that was his quad kill in the last game of yesterday, but Wendy almost got caught out there from Dragon, but Again, we aren't going to be seeing too much action in this one just yet because Angela's not going to be able to commit, not be able to set up anything just yet with only 2 skills in her possession.
Yeah, I think much likely that he can do is just maybe slow everybody down, but I think that if you want Angela to work, maybe put it in the level 4. But the one thing also that they want to do is capitalize on Way Pit's rotation. Like, you have the Cannon Blast. This is the early game spike, right? You have slow, you have more ways to poke out members of the Farming of Bloom Esports, and they want to keep on just taking that bait. But this is just them just being simple and defensive. Agi6, Impressive, and Azar, I think they need to know where will be the power spike could come from at any moment.
Yeah, I mean, Azar needs to get ahead, right? We saw that Muchi was level 1 whilst Azar was level 2 for quite some time, so maybe if they can keep that XP kind of grind going on and keeping that distance in the XP, then maybe Azar might come out on top. But I think that's a lot riding on one player. Yes, he is your carry. Yes, he is your farm lane, but you've got to make sure you give Maishirino some resources. Sean here may get a 2v1 with Wendy.
Oh, the truth! He's going to go in there. The Chaos Cinder on the backside. Miggy gets executed. Zwan continuing to fight. The Wind Slash knocks him up, and Logistics wants this, but Juan flashes away. He's going to style on his way out, but he's going to continue to stick around, and he's going to be picked off, and CY will happily gobble up another kill.
Yeah, I mean, Path of Passing, man. It just gives you a whole new direction, a whole new
Wave
world.
hit on the backside. Dragon gets the nice return kill. That was a nice game.
Yeah, very nice gang, very nice call to what happened up into the top lane.
Okay, comparing to what just happened there, it was just 3 members out of the Clash lane that had so much reach and early game burst. Good thing that Azar had an opportunity to steal that 1 kill, because that could have been like a no trade at all moment, because that starter, that side did, having that 2 kills and maintaining, maintaining the kind of EXP that we're talking about here, that could mean a lot of damage and reach as well.
A lot of damage indeed, right? I mean, Boom are playing this one a little bit better in terms of the early game. They're kind of like venturing into the enemy
Unbridled
jungle.
outburst. They've got Wave Hit. He Peace Bringers back to safety. The Cannon Blast will return, but CY in the backside. He's going to be Wind Slashed. He does need to be a little bit careful. Wendy's going to join as well. Chaos Cinder a little off the mark. Cannon Blast does connect on Azar, but they do back off.
You see that? Like how Nova Esports would like to do team fights. They're creating a live barricade, a moving barricade all over the map. Cannon Blast, Path of Passing, and that's where you get Wendy to get the right angles of burst. Oh man, this is like
Oh, they found Impressive though. They got that. They stuck around and they made sure that Impressive was in a bad spot. Got the pick off. Now they're gonna put a little bit of pressure on this bottom T1 with the minions pushing.
Yeah, they stuck around and found out, right?
They did. They did.
this is getting like very problematic, right? The Wendy is starting to rotate as early as now. As he got the level 4, this is like a go signal, having 20 seconds cooldown on the ultimate. This is just an amazing thing to see.
Logistics goes for the Unruly Blade. The Formless is back. Oh, but the Truth providing space. Juan again pushing him back. Does survive again.
Yeah, he had to kind of force a little bit of space between them because nobody was going to be at that top side of the map because they're going to go for the Tyrant this time around. For the 3rd time, back to back, is Impressive going to try and steal it? He does try, but it is a failed attempt. Oh, no. Impressive gets the slam dunk.
Yeah, just got punished right onto that situation. Like, he was trying to get on a smite, but I think Boom had also a way to take this on a trade. First Overlord goes to them.
Look, I know that Impressive was going for the steal there, but you gotta shoot your shot. You gotta just go all in. You gotta take the risk at this point, right? Yeah, you're behind. It's gonna like snowball a little bit, more in favor of Nova Esports. But again, you're down 2-0. You gotta make something happen.
Oh man, Nova with the same MO, right? They're always taking that T1 down into the bot lane, and you've got like a hero
going in with the Truth, the Chaos Cinder, the Blazing Brilliance, and Miggy. He's walking away. Juan not gonna continue, but they've already got the pick off on the Dragon.
Yeah. Oh man, we have been just looking at the draft here by Wendy taking a great pick onto the Angela, and this is just a frontline burst that Boo Esports needs to handle, like Agi6 and the Impressive would really force them to just go around quicker. Another turret. Oh no, an early opening for the mid lane turret, Lamb.
Yeah, no, it's not looking good, right? I mean, the T1s are down, both in the mid lane, farm lane, gun. Mid lane, a lot more oppressive to the side of Boom, because they now are being a little bit more restricted in terms of their resources.
Nice little knockup. They've got the pushback. Juan, though, oh, he barely survived. He's going to limp away, though. Mushi continued to stick around, but Juan somehow, he's like a magician, survives that gank.
Amazing dodge and sidestep by Suwon, and an amazing way to get that turret up top. Oh my goodness, I'm loving the microplays coming in from Suwon right now.
I mean, the patience of Wendy as well, right? Like, they were sat there in that brush hoping that Miji was kind of like, hey, has anybody seen Wendy? But the fact that I don't have this presence in this part of the jungle here towards the Azure Golem, thanks to the opening up of the T1 in the mid lane, they don't have that safety. He couldn't venture into that bush because he was like, I don't know where Wendy is. Where will I go? Do I go? Do I push it? Do I stop the T1? Do I lose my life? Because that's what would have happened, right?
You know where Wendy is?
A bridal outburst. They go in for this one. Nice. To show religion. They got Wendy. Waypit's going to be picked off as well with a Kachusin, but he does die in return. It's a 2-for-1. CY now on the run. He's been stampeded. Juan is now going to join the fray. He does knock into Impressive with the Enlightenment. He's doing some damage. Goes right back in for the Truth. Knocking him back in, but they don't have any extra damage with Wendy down for the count. So now Nova Esports back off.
Ooh, that was a great pickup for Wendy. Good thing that he didn't use the flash just yet. I think he's just maybe saving on the right moment because there's no way you can really evade a possible takedown once you release that blazing brilliance. But this is like saving for the better moment of the later stage of the game. I think Nova right now, they know what not to commit as they grow the lead slowly against Boom Esports.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of see here on Azar, they've gone for the Lady Sun. He decided to deny himself the flash because there's just so much CC on the side of Nova Esports. The Cleanse and the Purify come through as his common skill, so he can kind of dodge the Cannon Blast, he can dodge the Chaos Cinders when they come through and slow you down, they can dodge the Mantras as well from the Dharma, so a good common skill to go for on the side of Boom Azar. But right now, that gold lead is definitely kind of more contested in this game 3.
Yeah, gold lead and the pressure once more down the bottom. I think Boom Esports would really want to counter pressure this.
Juan with the Truth goes right onto Logistics. He's going to push him back. He's going to unruly blade back to safety. He does do one wind slash into return of Juan just to kind of give a little bit of revenge on that one.
Speaking of revenge, good thing that they're really pushing out this bottom lane turret, and this was just getting the attention of Suwon to do a counter push as well. So with Boom Esports reading the map slowly, I think they want to keep in the moment on how to maintain that lead that they're trying to get with Azar as well. Damage is there, is not letting go of the EXP that Muchi has, and they just need to be careful where and when are they coming from. Look at this. Impressive. Might spot an avenue for this.
Unbridled Outburst actually going to whip, but they do have the nice knockup. They found Muchi. That's a great start. The Blazing Brilliance onto Logistics. The Stampede. Wendy is going to dodge that one. CY continue to stick around. Impressive is just chasing after them. This is a numbers advantage by Boom Esports. Looks like they're going to take the blue buff if anything, but again, a great team fight by Boom Esports.
Very well played, right? I mean, we saw that was kind of... This is the hope that they needed in Game 1 and Game 2. A way into the squishier heroes like Muchi on the Ali, like the Angela as well. But I think Muchi's kind of been like the focal point of where they need to go for in these early team fights. They need to take out the Ali before they can collapse on anything else.
Yeah, that small window that the outburst connected to Muchi was just enough crowd control to make that combo work for Dragon. So we've seen the power spike slowly being built up. Good thing that the Separate of the Reverberation is present as well for the Maestro Nui. That kind of combos, they need to work together for make that instant kill. But Muchi doesn't need to commit that mistake again. That mini crowd control is just enough to tear the damage output of Nova right away.
Yeah, I mean, yes, Wendy does do damage as well, but it is Muchi.
Oh,
it's all
they're
down to
being emboldened.
Muchi. Shuan gets caught out in the brush.
Yeah, they're getting emboldened. They're continuing to just be aggressive to take away as much as they can in terms of the buff. It looks like Logistics does not get it, but Impressive will with the smite, and they walk away.
The question is, can they walk away with this game status right now? It's 10 minutes. Boom Esports needs to also make the lanes push in against Nova right now, and they're on the lead. Look at the lead slowly building up by Boom, and what they need to do is just tear down the defenses slowly, and we see the pressure and rotation coming down bottom, while the Vanguards are pushing down up top as well. So I think it is a better adjustment for Boom Esports now.
Better adjustments for now. I mean, they are doing great. They're getting the T1s in the lanes as well. The T2 does go down in the farm lane also for the side of Boom Esports. So they're able to kind of push forward, but look at the Vanguard, right? The T2 in the clash lane has gone. So there's a lot of kind of reciprocation going on within this game 3. So I feel like if both the teams keep going on it this way, they're able to take the Azure Golem from the Orgrim, which is good. But if I think the mirror plays that are happening right now, it's always going to be who takes the team fight is going to come out the victor.
Actually, Nova Esports super smart. Right at 10 minutes, they went for the Shadow Overlord. They looked to burst it down because they had vision of Boom Esports in their bottom side of their jungle. So they had that little bit of space, and they took it out. Now this is going to hopefully push things forward because the Vanguards are going to push. But with this Tyrant a little on the low side, they do need to be careful. Nova, CY praying around, but they found Dragon. They get the nice little pick off, and they did kill Juan in return. Miggy looking to go for CY. CY, no real chance to get that Tyrant, so they did trade with that. It's a 1-for-1, but they did lose the Tyrant.
Oh no, that was a great pick-off for Nova Esports, taking a Maestro Nui. And with the pressure they're trying to build, they've chosen the top lane to grate or leave that anchor right onto Boom Esports. So we're seeing the Vanguard, the enhanced Vanguard now pushing in, side taking damage as well.
Oh, the backside, the Unbridled Outburst connecting on a 3, and they found Wendy. That was the perfect Unbridled Outburst all the way from the backside. Impressive.
Very impressive from impressive, right? That Unbridled Outburst was just kind of like all the plays that Shuan was doing in game 1 and 2, right? Coming from the back, but it's so oppressive from impressive when he gets that Unbridled Outrage when it's caught off guard.
It's impressive how many times you just said impressive.
Impressively impressive.
But it looks like they're going to siege the T3. They have a ton of damage. They're looking to just end this. They're looking to just march down. The minions have been slowed down after that T3 kill. They're continuing to stick around. Dragon is now joined, but it looks like with Wendy coming back up, that's a little too much. Boom Esports back off.
Yeah, they need to respect their respawn as well. So like 5 members on the present here. So we're looking to see the flaw of this lineup. Okay, Waypit onto the Matsu and Dharma, Suwon on the Dharma. The kind of like consequences on how to maintain the front line. Since the Zhang Fei is now present here, as we go back to this thought, like, will we go to a state that the Zhang Fei would be banned? I think there will be a time, mostly in the games of today. It's because of the frontline hold that the Impressive has been doing and finding the angles for a backline play that Boom keeps on finding. Yeah, this was this moment.
Bang. There we go. Gets it on Angela, gets it on the Matsu as well, but then CY takes so much damage from Azar. He has none of his teammates around him to kind of try and soak the share of the damage coming through from the Lady Sun. But right now, Azar is level 15 and Muchi is level 13. That's where this great divide is happening right now in this game 3.
I think now they're really functioning completely as one. Boom Esports has slowly waken up from game number 2. Now Big S another pickup for Alon and Guardian. Too many of the burst that Wendy has, and they just need to be careful. With the positioning that Impressive has been doing, keep doing that most likely onto the farther stage of this map, and they will get most likely a great impact on team fight.
I mean, everything's different because Boom Esports are in the map control business. They own most of it, and they're able to take those avenues of attack. Nova Esports getting caught out. Blazing Brilliance doing a little bit of work, but again, they're going to back off. This siege is going to continue on into the top lane, and the Unbridled Outburst used just to zone them away, and it looks like Azar will take the top T3. Very smart use of the ults there.
Looking down bottom too, looks like Suwon also made a mark by leaving another wave, and as they take another turret slowly by the minions thanks to them, now another pressure has been countered by Nova.
Win yins, win yins,
Yeah,
win yins.
the micro play, right? Oh, it's going to be Boom Impressive that takes the Shadow Tyrant. That could have been fatal. Shadow Overlord, sorry. That could have been fatal for the side of Nova.
With the pressure they had, this is just a complete way for Boom Esports to push another and clear down bottom.
Because I mean, I think it's really good that they put the Vanguard down in the bot lane, right? Because I mean, they could have just easily got Shuan just to kind of try and push if it went anywhere else. But right now,
Oh, the Blazing
again, getting
Brilliance.
got out.
Nice little combination on Impressive. He tanks it up though. He's a tanky boy.
He is big boy. He's big boy. He's got those big boy Unbridled Outbursts as well for now. But right, we see Boom trying to go for another a base assault here on the side of, for this game 3, right? So 7-7 for kills. The gold lead is definitely in the favor of Boom, and it's nice lead, right? It's not like 2 or 3k, it's a almost 8k gold difference.
Speaking of difference, now in this game, Nova is just struggling to be in the front. They need to get one. Look at Impressive.
He started. Outburst goes on the backside. Stampede finds Shuan. Does have the manslaughter as well, but CY is going to be killed. That's a ton of damage. And it looks like they continue on forward. They're not scared. Azar gets the pick up on a Juan. They've got the thing inside the box just trying to lock him down, but there's no follow-up. The base is going to be taken down, and boom! Strike back.
Yes, a 2-1 has come through today already. It's not looking like it's going to be that 3-0 that we thought it was going to be. After those performances in Game 1 and Game 2, Boom Esports come back with a click, boom!
Wow, we're now seeing the signals, and Azar is still not thinking like job's still not done here. Like they got a window. Boom